gonna find out who the best man is. I respect you for what you have done in the game, but you ain't never went up against me or my staff. So you remember something. We've been here before. You trying to get there.
Butt beat his ass.
How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing this shit.
What about the weight though?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all his fucking life.
Is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent.
At the press conference, Terence's trainer, Brian Buildup McIntyre, delivered a sharp warning to Canelo, stressing that size and weight won't matter when the bell rings. He explained that Terence has always dealt with bigger opponents throughout his career and still finds ways to dominate. Confident and direct, Buildup declared that Canelo is walking into real danger because Terence's skills and mindset will be the deciding factors once they step inside the ring.
Matchup with Canelo.
Bud beat his ass.
How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing this shit.
What about the weight though?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all his fucking life.
Yeah.
What about the head movement, though, Mac? Canelo's feigned head movement.
That's what I'm there for. That's what Saul there for.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Red there for. You know what I'm saying? It's called coaches.
Yeah.
So we can get past that shit.
Bomac never hesitates when talking about Terence's chances in this fight. For him, this is not just another matchup. It's a chance to cement Terence's as the greatest pound-for-pound fighter alive. Buildup points out that Terence's has been putting in the work nonstop, leaving no excuses. Preparation, he insists, is what separates champions from ordinary fighters. And Terence's discipline is proof of why he stands at the very peak of the sport. His words show more than confidence. They reveal a belief that Terence's skill and mentality will push him past any obstacle. To Bomac, this fight isn't only about victory. It's about writing history in front of the world.
Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford. How excited are you? Obviously, you've seen this journey with Terence, you've seen the doubters over the years, and he's now on the biggest stage again with people questioning him. And you obviously have full confidence that he's going to come out and get victory on September 30th.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely confident that he's going to get the victory. Second of all, I'm just happy for him and the team. So, the world can see once again why he considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
There was many a time where he was maybe struggling to get certain fights, and then he had to almost kick that door down. Is it nice to see him sort of getting the fruits of his labour now and getting that generational wealth off the back of what is, obviously it's a hard career boxing, you don't get given anything.
Definitely that. Definitely good to see him get, like you say, fruits of his wealth. Get me fights that, again, will show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. Show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. I'm just happy for him, man.
Reports that Canelo Alvarez struggled during sparring with Jaron Boots and has sparked heated debates among boxing fans. Ennis is often compared to Terence's because of his fast feet, sharp counters, and slick defense. If Canelo found difficulty against someone with a similar style in sparring, the question becomes, how much tougher will it be when he faces a real thing? Of course, sparring isn't the same as a title fight, but patterns do matter. This rumor gave many the impression that Canelo could face more problems than expected. For Terence's supporters, it only boosts confidence that their fighter has the tools to expose Canelo's flaws on fight night.
When we saw that he's in camp with him, right? And so people are saying now that they reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terence Crawford's camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron Boots Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terence Crawford camp to give Terence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez. Well, one, Terence Crawford is not fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. That's number one. Number two, it's not shots at Jaron Boots Ennis if Floyd Mayweather was to go to Terence Crawford camp. Number three, I saw this clip that Fight Hype had put out, and it's an old clip of Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford at Shakur Stevenson's sparring session in Las Vegas. Shakur had called them all to be at that sparring session, okay? And Floyd Mayweather assisted. Now, Floyd Mayweather took on Canelo Alvarez September 14th of 2013. That was 12 years ago, okay? And so with that said, this one has nothing to do with the other. Floyd Mayweather, from what I'm being told from Terence Crawford's camp, that he has not went up to Colorado and helped Terence Crawford do anything. Okay. Now I don't know if he's willing to or not. I don't know if Terence Crawford reached out to him or not. I don't know if they spoke on the phone or not. But you know, it's when you saw Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at the top-ranked gym watching Shakur Stevenson, and they had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. That's very, very old. Okay, that's very old. Now Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world currently right now as it stands.
In response to those sparring stories, Buildup quickly dismissed any comparison between Ennis and Terence's. He stated firmly that while Ennis is talented, Terence's operates on a completely different level. No sparring partner, he argued, can truly replicate what Terence's brings to the ring. That's because Terence's mixes experience, adaptability, and mental sharpness in ways no one else can copy. Buildup insists that those making comparisons are missing the point. The real fight will show Terence's unique qualities, built not only on speed and movement, but also intelligence under pressure. Bomac's rejection of the narrative highlights his deep faith in Terence's ability to rise above any stylistic parallels.
I know you saw him sparring with Boots. Give me your initial response to that.
That don't mean shit, man. That don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing, man. Boots ain't no Crawford.
That's right.
Yo, hey, like I said, that don't mean, all that shit don't mean nothing. That shit ain't gonna help him. He should have just got the last cab driver he just fought. Cause that shit ain't gonna, that don't mean nothing, man. All that shit don't mean nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside your head at the same motherfucking time, shit, man. I don't give a fuck about all that shit at all.
Analyst Ade Oladipo voiced concerns about Terence's adding significant weight for this fight. He argued that boxing isn't just about size. It's about balance between skill and power. Putting on too much weight too quickly could slow Terence's down or disrupt his natural rhythm. Oladipo worries that Terence's, who is normally fluid and quick, could lose his greatest advantage by bulking up to meet Canelo in size. While fans praise his courage to step up, Oladipo warns that this adjustment carries risk. His view shows how even strong preparation can create challenges if not managed carefully.
It was too wiry. Crawford was the guy at 135 pounds that looked really skinny. Even at 140, go and watch his fights against, who's the one that made, I'm trying to think of his name now. The fight at 140, Julius Ndongo.
Oh, yeah.
And where he's just skinny, he's like wiry. He's very much Tommy Hearns. Now.
Oh, have you seen him? He's
now
massive.
He's jacked.
Man, he looks like huge. He's got to be north of 170.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah. There's a part of me that's like, dude, you don't need to be that big. Like, I don't think this is a strength for strength thing. I think this is a skill and speed thing. I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to sit on your punches to hurt Canelo, nobody hurts Canelo.
He's been hit by Callum Smith, Sergey Kovalev, Bivol.
Yeah.
Crawford ain't hurting him.
Golovkin.
And Golovkin. Crawford ain't hurting him.
But Crawford knocks everyone out.
At 147 pounds. That when he at 154, did he knock out Ismail Madrimov?
No, he didn't put a dent in him, really.
Didn't put not even a little dent in him. Canelo Alvarez is not Ismail Madrimov.
Yeah, but okay, who is Canelo Alvarez now?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like who are we watching now? Because when I go back and watch the guy that fought Skull, everyone likes to dig out Skull. Sorry, one second. Canelo's got to do more. Canelo's output was the worst output I've ever seen of a unified champion. I'm not joking, the worst.
That fight.
Yeah.
He literally did. But my kind of thinking is all right, well, who is Canelo now? Well, in the nicest way, although he's been fighting good fighters, when's the last time he had a super fight?
Who?
Canelo. And that's when we see the real Canelo, when he has a super fight.
Okay, Bivol.
Yes, correct. He lost. But Bivol was significantly better at 175 pounds.
Okay.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
Crawford, similar in terms of, they're both skillful.
Trainer Breadman Edwards offered a more balanced perspective. He acknowledged that Terence's is well aware Ennis spar with Canelo and that Ennis brings power. But instead of letting this bother him, Terence's uses that knowledge as motivation. Edwards stressed that Terrence's confidence doesn't waver because of sparring talk. His focus is always on the fight itself and adapting in real time. Knowing Canelo's camp use Ennis may even help, since it prepares Terrence's team for that style. Edwards reassured that Terence thrives under these circumstances, with mental strength that prevents him from being shaken by outside factors.
That's why I said I'm not changing my percentage. It can make Canelo go up. It can make him lose his confidence or take a piece from him. And it can make Crawford say, okay. Let me tell you something about Crawford, man. I watch Crawford. I watch how he evolved throughout the years. I've been watching him. Me, Red, and Bomac been cool since way before Crawford hit the mainstream. Way before he hit the mainstream. And I watched him. Crawford is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent. He know Boots is the real deal. No matter what all of the public say and everybody talking, he knows it. He knows Boots is the real deal. Crawford's little brother is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson and Boots is super cool, and Shakur Stevenson was in the amateurs with Boots. Don't you think Shakur told Bud, yo, bro, I love you. You my big bro, but that kid nice, bro. You gonna have to be on your game to fuck with him. You don't think Shakur told Crawford that, and you don't think he respected his opinion? You don't think that Red and Bomac got eyes and they know Boots is special? You don't believe that? I don't care about all this talk on the internet because they may fight. So you can't be too complimentary of a guy that you may fight. But you don't think they know that? So by him bringing Boots in, that's probably going to take Bud to another level mentally. And that's where I think that Bud win this fight. I think he got a mental edge.
A popular argument among fans is that Canelo's sheer size will be too much for Terrence's. Supporters of Canelo point to his strength at higher weight classes and question whether Terrence's, who began his career at lightweight, can take the punishment from a naturally bigger man. The debate boils down to size versus skill. Critics say that physics will eventually win out, that no matter how slick Terrence's is, Canelo's power could overwhelm him. This viewpoint represents a large segment of fans who believe Terrence's daring move might simply be a step too far.
Canelo versus Crawford, who you got?
I got Canelo winning. I think Canelo's gonna knock him out. But
I think Canelo's gonna hurt him.
I think he's just too powerful, man, too strong. I hope Terence Crawford does well and stuff, man, because I love the way he fights, and he's a hell of a fighter, and I respect him as well too. So I hope he puts up a good fight and everything. But at the end of the day, man, Canelo, if he catches you, dude, it's gonna knock you out.
Look, at the end of the day, I always say this. He took Golovkin's biggest hit, and he took Bivol' biggest hit. I don't think Crawford could knock him out.
I think Terence Crawford can knock Canelo out if he catches him, because with Gennady Golovkin hit harder, but he was a lot slower. Yeah. So when Canelo's seen the punches coming, he's able to embrace. I think if Terence Crawford catches Canelo with a shot that he doesn't see coming, boom, then he could hurt him.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Another key point raised is Canelo's vast experience at the elite level. Analysts note that Canelo has faced nearly every style in boxing: slick movers, power punchers, defensive wizards. His resume is stacked with championship rounds under the brightest lights. Beyond his strength and size, his composure in big moments sets him apart. Experience dictates how fighters handle adversity, and Canelo has proven resilient time and again. Supporters argue that this combination of knowledge and power makes him one of the toughest challenges Terrence's will ever face. They believe that while skill matters, championship experience may tip the balance in Canelo's favor.
There's things about being in camp with Canelo. It's just different. He's got speed, he's got velocity, he's got precision, he's got positioning, he's got power, and he's got just an incredible amount of experience. I think there's 10 fights that haven't been added to his record. Mm-hmm. So, and Bud, when Bud was fighting at 130 or 35, Canelo already was at 54. So, there's definitely weight classes for a reason.
Being in camp with Canelo, people say, is just different. He has speed, precision, positioning, and crushing power, all backed by years of experience. Some even claim he's had more fights than his record shows. Meanwhile, When Terrence's was competing at 130 or 135, Canelo was already dominating at 154. Weight classes exist for a reason, and many believe this gap highlights the true challenge Terence is facing.
Okay, man. Another good segue. Let's talk about the real deal, though. Ryan, you know, questionable fighter. Some people always question certain things. That boy Canelo, that boy Crawford. Nobody questioning those two. How you feel about that fight coming up?
I'm questioning it. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh, what?
Big man, little man. I wish Crawford had some other opportunities to really solidify his greatness in a different way. Canelo, he's got Bivol, he's got Benavidez, he's got all these other legitimate 168, 175 pound guys that he can fight, for my opinion, to really help his namesake. And you're gonna go fight a little smaller guy. And I'm not something against Bud. Bud is as a talent as they come.
Really?
But you're talking about a guy that probably walks around at 180, 190 pounds. Bud is not a huge, massive guy.
Right.
I don't know if y'all can tell us what the hydration clause is. I'm not sure if you got that worked out. Probably not, because Canelo is obviously the A side. But I just think there's better fights for both of them to be had. I'm glad that Bud is going to get this payday. Very important. I hope he doesn't ride into the sunset after this one. But I'm really disappointed in Canelo because I felt like Canelo has a lot of other opportunities he could to really solidify himself as being a pound for pound great. And I think this is going to kind of, win or lose, is going to tarnish his reputation.
Really? Now, what if he takes this fight and then he rides off into the sunset with Benavidez, something like that? Same thing?
I mean, he's got to fight Benavidez. He's got to fight Bivol again. He's got to fight these up-and-coming 168, 165 to 175-pound guys.
Some voices in boxing remain torn about the matchup. On one hand, they admire Terrence's for daring to chase greatness. On the other, they question if Canelo is the right opponent to define his legacy. Their concern isn't about Terrence's skill, but about whether an unfair size disadvantage could overshadow his brilliance. They argue he could have pursued greatness in other ways without facing a man so much larger. Still, they acknowledge that this fight gives Terrence's unmatched visibility and financial reward.
We know where we need to be by the time we step in the ring. We got the doctors and the scientists and the nutritionists and everybody that's in camp that's going to do their part to get where we need to get.
How much more power does he have?
He got some thudding power up there, and we're just going to sustain it for 36 minutes.
Why do you believe you've got what it takes to come up 2 divisions?
Like I told the other guy, skills pays the bills. You got to have skills, man, to be going up there to fight somebody like that, like a Canelo. And not only is his offense, he's got to have defense too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skills?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you that. He'll get the job done. Because Bud boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, I'm not taking nothing away from him, but just a little bit better.
I can tell you fully believe in your fighter and he believes in himself too. There was a slight back and forth at the press conference there. That was just a battle of belief. Who believes they're better? Obviously, Terence believes he's better. Did you look into that? What happened at the press conference there as the first
That's
war
just
of words?
That's just press conference, man. The reason why I believe into my fighter is because from day one, the first day he walked in the gym to where we at now, we haven't lost yet. Okay, he got a loss. He got 2 losses.
How does that affect him coming into this fight?
One thing about this, I always remember this. He got 2 losses, right? We got no losses. So we know what to do to get that win, right?
Buildup doesn't see the fight as a clash of size and strength, but as a battle of intelligence. He explains that timing can neutralize power, and speed can offset size. For Bomac, Terrence's brilliance lies in his ability to adjust instantly, making him a puzzle opponents can't solve. His mantra, "Skills pay the bills," is more than a slogan. It's a philosophy behind Terrence's career. It highlights a belief that while Canelo has experience and power, Terrence's mastery of the sport's finer details gives him every chance to beat the odds. That's all for today's breakdown. Stay tuned for more updates and insights